Back with another video, June 26th while it's closed. So let's just jump into the video. So, while I'm on vacation, didn't really expect to do any videos, but you guys, I pre-recorded some, and you guys wanted to know, y'all wanted another shill video because you guys know who the shill are now. You know who they are. It's been proven that some of these people work for DC studios like Movie Hub Pub, who goes after channels like mine and Aaron Fisher's and anybody that has anything negative to say about DC studios. And I get it. You know, you want to try to protect your company because that's how you get your money. But when you're doing it to mislead the audience, I have a problem with that. And I'm going to exploit all these shills because Movie Hub Pub at this point is irrelevant. He works for DC Studios. He admitted that he works for DC Studios, but one thing he hasn't done, he hasn't made a video explaining why he came on this platform. Because if you look at his videos 6 months ago when I blew up or whatnot, that's when he started to come on the scene again. And his channel isn't monetized, so you have to really question, why is he doing it? Why is he trying to hype up James Gunn? And we know why he's trying to do that, because he works for the studio. He works in a marketing department. So when I have subscribers saying, yeah, man, I went to go see the movie and I was really disappointed because these shills said it was good, I have a problem with that. Now, like I said, movies are subjective, but the people that gets these special perks and get to go to all these behind the scene meetings and they get interviews with DC Studios and James Gunn, you really got to proceed with caution with these folks, because these folks are not doing this for free. DC Studios want something in return, even if it's just a positive review. And that's why I have a problem with 3C Films, because he went to an event and he got to hang out with David Corn Sweat and all that stuff, and he comes back with a positive review. I mean, it's the same thing with all these shows. They have nothing negative to say. They don't tell you how bad the editing is, the dialogue is. They say, oh, it's the beautiful thing and all this stuff, because I get it, they want their perks. But people like this need to be exploited, because you guys don't need to waste your time and your hard-earned money buying into this crap. These people work for the studio. I mean, Movie Hub Pub, he's an employee. He already admitted. And you got clowns like Robert Burnett, or Robert Meyer Burnett, or whatever the hell his name is. He works for the studio. He's friends with James Gunn, so therefore he's for James Gunn interests. And that's with Grace Randolph. Now, I don't know if she's friends with James Gunn or not, but she does get special privileges. And she used to work for DC Studios or Warner Brothers, because she wrote a comic book for him. So she does have some people in the industry that has ties with James Gunn that gives her exclusive access. And just like she has exclusive access to Peacemaker, she has exclusive access to other stuff. And right now, as you can see, again, she's saying how good it is, how great it is, and stuff like that. And you guys need to proceed with caution with these folks. These folks are not honest people. They work for the studio. And Shill Rejects. Now, I didn't have a problem with Shill Rejects until they came at me. Those clowns came at me, so now I'm coming at them and I'm going to exploit them. Even that Trailer Park Trash Roxy, or whatever the fuck her name is. These people are shills, and you need to watch out for these people, because these people are liars. Just like Shill Rejects, he got an exclusive with James Gunn. James Gunn is not going to give him an exclusive and expect for him to give a negative review on his film. These guys came out the review crying and emotional, and it's all fake. It's all fake. It's all bought and paid for. I mean, just look who they associate with. I mean, you see the pictures with James Gunn. Most of these clowns, they get invited to all the DC studios behind the scene events. So therefore, they are shills. They work for the studio. So you guys need to keep that in mind. John Campea isn't included. You know, so I know 3C Films, he tried to make a video trying to explain he's not a shill, but bruh, you a shill, bruh. You went to an event, you got invited to an event, and you gave out a positive review. You didn't tell your audience that the movie was choppy and sloppy. So therefore, to me, bro, your review can't be trusted. You can't be trusted, you know. Now I get that movies are subjective, but I just find it odd that all these people with early access all says the same thing. None of them say anything bad about James Gunn because they can't, because they get paid to say good things. Well, I just find that kind of odd. And when you're doing that to manipulate your audience, like Grace Randolph telling people to go buy tickets, I have a problem with that. You can't be trusted. You're being disingenuous. Be honest with your audience. If the movie is choppy and has editing issues, say that. None of those clowns said that. And this is why the Superman film is so divisive. And I would say Grace Randolph, she said a lot. She said pretty much too much, because she said in another video that she know the critics who rate James Gunn films is that they're cool with James Gunn. She said that in one of her videos, that the critics love James Gunn. And look at James Gunn's ratings on Peacemaker 1 and Peacemaker 2. Peacemaker 2 is at 100%. Like, James Gunn hasn't gotten a Rotten Tomato ever. That's because he's cool with the critics on there. So a lot of these people is being disingenuous, and we need to call these people out. Because you guys, you can always get your money back, but you can't get your time back. A lot of you guys, based on your comments, was disappointed in that Superman film because one of these shills told you go out and support it. So you gotta watch that out. You gotta watch that. And with Michael Burnett, I don't know what his problem is, but he's saying Zack Snyder films is too dark for who? Like, who the fuck is that motherfucker to tell us what we like? Again, like I say, he works for James Gunn, and you guys need to call that shit out and not trust their word. Now, if you want to trust your favorite YouTuber, go ahead. But a lot of you guys, you went to that film and it was garbage. It was fucking trash. And the Rotten Tomato scores, like I said, that's because James Gunn is good with the critics. And Grace Randolph said this in one of her videos. She said a little bit too much. And I'll pull up the clip. But you have to watch these shills, man. You know, 3C Films. I mean, he dressed sharp, but at the end of the day, bro, he went out to that event, took pictures with David Corn Sweat, and he wants that privilege. So you think this guy is really gonna tell you that the movie is shit? If he says the movie shit, he'll never get invited back to a James Gunn event again. Same with Real Rejects, which they work for the studio, and same thing with Movie Hub Pub. Movie Hub Pub has not made a video explaining why he misled his audience. I had to bring it up because I always told Movie Hub Up that I was going to do it, because I found out that he worked for DC Studios in the video that he did about me, but the guy is so stupid, he didn't edit it. He didn't do his editing correctly until I caught it. And look who he's talking to. He's talking to Robert Meyer Burnett, another shill. These people are shills, and you guys need to call them out, because I think a lot of you guys are trying to figure, you know, a lot of them is being figured out by now. I just want to put up that video. I don't have a proof that they're getting paid, but Real Rejects is making a killing off that interview right now in just ads and sponsorships. So you got to understand that, you know, this is the studio way of getting the public to buy their mediocre. And you have guys like me and the rest, you know, rest of the guys just telling you like, this shit is trash. We're standing in a way of DCU's success. And knowing that puts a smile on my face, because the DCU is not a quality franchise. It's a low budget, downgrade, mediocre franchise for a mediocre audience. So watch these shills. You know, Harsh Critics isn't paid. Well, why won't they invite Harsh Critics to one of their events? Because they know I will keep it real. That's why. But like, share, comment, and subscribe, and keep your tell Movie Hub he has a lot of explaining to do, because he lied to you guys. He misled you guys. This guy is a marketing person that collects a check, and he's probably going to be affected with the layoffs. And I don't wish nothing bad on him, but hey, if he works for a shit company, he gets what he deserves, you know. But I don't wish no ill will on him. But like, share, comment, and subscribe. And what do you think about these shills? Do you see the bullshit that they pull now? Because Grace Randolph, she said that James Gunn got it good with the critics, and based on those scores, yeah, he does. I don't know. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and remember, no Snyderverse, no money, keep them wallets closed. Peace.